I'm mostly speaking for tops, by the way. The shirts, not the gays. Relax. Your dick is not that big. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jade Fox. This is the Made You Looks channel. And today I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks on how to achieve a masculine style while shopping in the women's section. I shop in the women's section. Most of my clothes are actually from the women's section. This isn't. So I picked the wrong video to wear this. But most of my closet is from the women's section, and the women's section actually has a lot to offer. I think the women's section has become more accepting of more masculine or more structured and unisex style clothing. And so today I'm gonna help you achieve a real manly ass look from the women's section. I am a 34 double D, that is my chest size. I wear women's clothing with both regular bras and sports bras, and today I'm going to help you, someone who also might have curves or just a more fuller chest, how to still have more masculine or androgynous or unisex looks that are from the women's section. My first point is that the women's section actually, in my opinion, I find more masculine options that fit me better in the women's sections than the men's. It's an easy, or it's a quick thought to like, oh, well, I want to have a more masculine style, so let me go to the masculine part of the store, the men's section. However, if you are someone that has a fuller chest, or if you are someone that has curves, that is short, honestly, like those clothes just aren't made for your body. And so in your efforts to try and find workarounds, you're almost making it harder for you because you're trying to find workarounds for your body within a section that was never made for your body. And so that's why I highly suggest shopping in the women's section. And I will gravitate more towards oversized things, more boxy fitting things when it comes to bottoms, boyfriend jeans, straight leg jeans, boot cut, wide cut jeans. Like there are different types of styles that are in the women's section that are more androgynous or unisex. They just word it in a really weird way. Why do they have to be boyfriend jeans? I've never had a boyfriend. Yet I've had like 4 pairs of boyfriend jeans. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Another tip is to pay attention to the type of fabric that the clothes are made of. So usually you'll find in the women's section, well, one, you're gonna find a more variety in fabric. You know, you're gonna see silk, you're gonna see satin, polyester, cotton, linen, more so than in men's clothes. I feel like men's clothes are fairly standard, whereas women, you know, there is a bit more of a variety within cuts and silhouettes and fabrics as well. So if you're looking in the women's section, I would stray away from anything that has a very thin or very loose kind of fabric, because what that's going to do is it's going to fall on your body in a way that's going to reveal everything. Okay, so if you have a large chest like myself, whether you're wearing a sports bra or not, it's going to show every single crevice and line in your chest because of how flat it's going to lay across your body. So I suggest you stay away from like really thin fabrics and instead go for more structured or thicker, more sturdy fabrics. And I think that Zara is actually really good for that. Everything in Zara is thick. Everything in Zara is thick. With 2 C's. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it is. Always keep in mind what kind of bra you're gonna wear or what types of bras you like wearing. So if you have a big chest and you're more prone to wearing sports bras or even binders, that is something to think about when you're shopping. So for me, for example, I don't buy V-necks and I don't buy scoop necks or any type of like boat neck or just anything that's really wide across here, because most of the time I am gonna be wearing sports bras, and sports bras normally, at least the ones that I like, kind of the straps come in a little closer to the neck. Therefore, if I have a shirt on that has a really wide neckline, you're gonna see the straps on my bra, and that's not something that I like. It's very flash dance. Not for me. If that's something that you don't care about, do you. Wear whatever you want, wear what you like and what makes you comfortable, but it's not something that I like for myself. And so when I am shopping, whether that be in person or online, I'm always making sure that, you know, the neckline of whatever I'm looking at hits closer to the neck, so that I can avoid the straps on my bra being shown. Also, certain shirts don't look good with sports bras. I hate to break it to you, girl. It's almost like sports bras were made for sports. Whatever the fuck that is. And so I noticed with more slim fitting button-ups, for example, like the uni boob is just out. It's out for the show. Okay, it wants to be seen. exposed. All right, so if you are into more slim fitting button-ups, whether they're in the women's section or the men's section, and you want to avoid the one long ass titty that you will have, I suggest either wearing a different bra or just not really getting a button-up that's that slim to begin with, because it's just gonna really expose, it's gonna expose your girl. I'm sorry. That said, what I do and what I suggest doing is having both options. So your traditional regular like t-shirt type of bra, and then your sports bras that you like way more. Just because sometimes the shirts or just the clothes that you like, they just don't really work with sports bras. Like there's like a couple sweaters that I have that even though they do have the neckline that I don't like, I still really like that garment and I don't want to not wear it. I'm just gonna change the type of bra that I wear with it so I can wear it and the straps don't show when I wear it. So I suggest having both options if you don't already. And then also with that, getting fitted, there are different ways to get to fit yourself or your actual bra size at home. And I will link those resources down below. But if you can get into a store and that will fit you, I don't know what stores are even doing that right now, but if you can get into like a bra store or even a department store like a Macy's or something like that, usually within the bra section, like the bra and underwear section, there's someone that's just out there measuring titties. So I suggest you get measured if you are unsure about what your actual bra size is. It's safer to size up in women's clothes than men's. I think many masculine presenting women think that, well, if I just size up in men's, so like, you know, obviously men's clothes, they're very up and down, they're very straight, whereas me, have curves. And so I think the thought is, well, let me just get a medium, or let me just get a large, let me just get a big ass size in men's to kind of cover and blanket, you know, those parts of my body that I don't want to accentuate necessarily. If you want to do that, if that's something that works for you, continue to do that. But for me, I think that it tends to make me look like Casper, like I look like a child trying to be it makes me feel like SpongeBob when he was round. It just doesn't give me any shape at all, and it just turns me into one giant walking box, like the ones from Super Mario. So that said, I suggest sizing up in women's rather than going straight to the men's, just because even when you size up in women's, the shoulders, the neckline, the actual length of the garment, I'm mostly speaking for tops, by the way, the shirts, not the gays. I mean, hey, because I know y'all are here too though. The length of the garment is actually not going to be like down to your kneecaps. You know, it's going to be at an appropriate length. And so highly suggest you size up in women's rather than just going straight to the men's section. Speaking of sizing up, I briefly mentioned this before, but just stick to the more masculine cuts within the women's section. So like I mentioned before, boyfriend jeans, oversized things, you know, structured, or they'll say like Zara does this like more menswear inspired clothing, more specifically like in their workwear, like their blazers and jackets and stuff like that. Usually they will like hint at the fact that like boys be wearing this, you know, in the title. And so I would just stick to those types of garments because it's basically doing the work for you. It's taking the guesswork out of it for you. You can buy the size that you normally buy and you don't have to worry about sizing up or sizing down or worrying about the length or whatever, because it was made for your body just with boys in mind. So I suggest you go pretty much straight to those things if, you know, you're trying to get that type of aesthetic. This next tip I feel like is a bit of a given, but stay away from things that are very tailored or things that are very fitted, just because like button-ups in particular, women's button-ups tend to like cinch in at the waist, and if you're trying to avoid accentuating your chest or accentuating these different curves on your body, stay away from clothes that are literally purposely trying to do that, which is slim fit, tailored things. And speaking of tailoring, if you can afford it, if it's something that is an option for you, if it's feasible for you, tailoring is also a thing. So if you are short but you do have a more masculine style, you can get things hemmed, you can get things, you know, cut and tapered in the way that you like. But I understand that that costs money, and who has that in 2020? I do, but I spend it on stupid shit, so I should probably stop before I don't. If you are a t-shirt person, a t-shirt connoisseur like myself, I love a good t-shirt. However, buying something as basic as a t-shirt when you have a large chest is so irritating, and way more irritating than it actually needs to be. So, or it should be irritating at all, T. My biggest suggestion for shopping for t-shirts is to try and find the more boxy fits. Sometimes they'll actually put that in the title, or the girl. Sometimes they'll actually put that in the title for the clothes. Sometimes I won't, but you can kind of tell just by looking at it. I think Everlane is a really good place to find like those more boxy or roomy fitting t-shirts that aren't going to be like all the way down here on your arms, and the shoulders are not going to be like all the way down here. There are all these different places that make really cool basics that are roomy and have that more boxy fit. And I will link some of my places that I love down below. I'm gonna link some of my places. I don't have an OnlyFans, not yet. And this next tip is more of a suggestion, but I, for so many years, hated my boobs. I hated the fact that I just wanted to buy a basic t-shirt and I look like, you know, Pamela Anderson. Like Pamela Anderson from the neck down and Miles Mitchell from the neck up. Like, it was the bane of my existence for such a long time. And if this is you, I suggest finding other things that you do like about your body and accentuating those. I discovered I had a waist, or I discovered my waist 2019 BC. And ever since, I've been in love with just mid-waist things or high-rise waisted pants. And it just makes the shopping experience less daunting when you're not constantly trying to find workarounds for your body, and there's actually something that you do like about your body that you can think about and cater to when you're shopping and when you're trying clothes on. So this is just like kind of like an aside, but just to make the shopping experience better, because I know that when you have basically a body that makes it harder for you to achieve the certain looks that you want to achieve, it just makes shopping not fun and you just don't even want to do it. When going to the mall is fun as shit. Like, Get In Loser, we're going to the fucking mall. Like, my girlfriend told me that the other day. Like, she asked me if I wanted to go to the mall, and I was like ready to risk it all and propose. Like, you want to go to Vegas? Like, whatever you're trying to do. So just find things about your body that you do like, if you don't already know what they are, and cater to those, because then it's like you can actually put something on and look in the mirror and be like, wow, I like how this looks on my waist, or I like how this looks on my butt, I like how this looks on my shoulders. Stuff like that. Just saying. This is a video that I feel like I'm going to be updating over time, so I will most likely make another one of these probably next year when I spent even more money that I didn't need to on clothes and have shopped way more, and I've just, you know, gained knowledge through experience. So expect another one of these probably in the future, just with more information. Please leave any tips that you have down in the description. That's not your job, that's mine. Down into the comments. And I have a video on workwear coming up soon, because I know that that's a big topic with people starting to go back to work, if not have already gone back to work, and you're trying to find button-ups, you're trying to find blazers, you're trying to find suit pants and all this type of stuff that fits you, that you are comfortable in, that is a more masculine look and feel. So that is coming up. Be excited for that. I'm excited for that. I'm spending so much money on clothes, and I love this channel because this is honestly the only way that I've been able to justify it. So thanks for being here. And yeah, subscribe for more content, and I'll see y'all soon in another one.